Pretty much. I mean, you know, the captain never leaves the ship, and in this show, the captain always leaves the ship. And Star Trek, Captain Kirk always left the ship. So yeah, there are a lot of similarities there. I wasn't.
Have you read it all since? Or?
No, I haven't, because it's not, you know, the only thing that's similar between the book and us is the name of the ship and the name of the character.
Yeah.
You know, it takes place in the Cold War era, and you know, we sort of just took out Cold War and inserted virus. I miss those guys. I spent a lot of time of my life working with those guys, so I miss them. But I keep in touch with all of them.
Oh, I love running around with the boys. I do. I'm a big fan of, you know, whether it's horse riding and sword fighting, and I'm quite a physical person, so that works for me. But it's at this stage of the game, just especially after coming, I was working in South Africa for 2 years, running around townships, and I was in Mozambique, and there was a lot of carrying heavy weapons around, which I do love. It's nice to actually have a break and tap into some of this. And I'm very much entrenched in my own private life in neurotoxins and the way in which the world and our race is being impacted by neurotoxins, whether it's from chemtrails, BPAs, GMOs, fluoride in water, heavy metals coming at us from pollutants, whatever it is, but how we have become a slightly defunct species as a result of these various different, you know, baddies that are now this other virus element is just another thing to explore. So when this came about, and I was already so fascinated in studying it, it's a sort of perfect avenue for me to walk down right now, to be able to represent this world of virology within this military environment and highlight the possibility of this actually really happening. Yes, it's a Michael Bay TNT sort of bombastic extravaganza, but the subject matter of what we're dealing with is actually quite real. And so I'm happy to connect to that and bring that to life in an intelligent way, hopefully.
Very gratifying.
Yeah, they love the show.
I got an email. If I can find it. I got an email from the Department of Defense.
And there was always representatives on set. We always had our real life, like there was always a chief or a master chief or an XO or a captain to speak to at any moment when you're on the ship. So so we knew that they liked what we were doing in the moment.
People in uniform and in civvies, career employees and political appointees, senior officials and junior ones, all stopped me here in the Pentagon to tell me how much they're enjoying the series. More than for any other production with which I've been involved in all the years, number of years classified, that I've been here. Signed, our contact at the Department of Defense. So we had a big screening in Washington, D.C.
It's the first time I heard that.
Yeah, we had a big screening in Washington, D.C. All the Navy brass were there, 3 stars, 2 stars, and enlisted, and they loved it because no doubt we're going to get things wrong. We're not going to get every detail of their world that's perfectly right. Sometimes on purpose because we're trying to tell a story and we have to fudge things. Sometimes just because it's an accident. But they know that we're honoring their true core value of honor, courage, and commitment, and that we're trying to get it right, because we know that if you get the world right, the audience will be, every TV show, no matter what, if it's a police squad or a law firm or a hospital, you have to make that world have its own internal consistent logic, so that the audience, every week they go to the show, they feel like they're going to come to a place that they know the rules. And it's a science fiction show in many ways, although a lot of the science fiction is becoming kind of fact with the viruses and whatnot in the world.
What's cool about the show, and also what's challenging, obviously, because you're balancing, I mean, not just, you know, the 6 or 7 series regulars who are here today, but then there's, you know, another 12 or so, you know, recurring guest stars who are very important. It's part of filling out the whole ship and making you feel like you're in a world where there's a list of guys and women and you know, there's so many different departments on the ship.
Well, from an actor's perspective, projects draw you more so than you draw them. You audition and you hopefully get the job. Come on. Jobs pick you more than you pick them. There are a very select few folks in this game who have the ability to say, I'm going to do that one. Or that one. I'm not that guy. I try to go in and win a room, and if I get a job, great. And if it works out,
you thought the script was brilliant.
Obviously, the script is. To be quite frank, in the buzz of the community, this was a pilot script that everyone said, "Oh, it's going to go to series. It's for sure going to get picked up. It's definitely going to go." You never know if it's going to get picked up for a second season, but. And you never really know, but it was an odds-on favorite. So get involved with that script. It's Navy-centric. It's TNT. It's got people who really believe in it. Michael Bay. It's going to go. So get aboard that ship.
Entire season we've had as many different Navy people as you could imagine that are guiding our process. They've actually been a big component in writing in the storylines. So we are we're really honoring the Navy with this process, and it's like every time we go to set we're plugging into the source because they're around us all the time helping us authenticate what we're doing. So we're doing our best to really emulate what it would really be like if the Navy was in this situation. And we've got a lot of feedback from a lot of the Navy men and women that we're doing a good job at it. And as an actor, and I'm sure as creators of the show, it makes me proud to hear that.